Welcome to another edition of Commander's Corner, where we talk about mission, people, and community. Today it's an honor to have with us the Mayor of Goldsboro, Mayor Chuck Allen. Mayor, thanks for joining us today.
Well, it's my pleasure. It's my honor to be here. I'm glad to be invited to do this. It's the kind of stuff I like to do.
Fantastic. Well, thanks, Mayor. I just thought we'd have a conversation today and talk a little bit about our relationship and some of the things that are going on downtown. But for our audience today, how long have you been the Mayor of Goldsboro?
Well, first, let me tell you, the relationship is awesome. But now I'll answer your question. I have actually been mayor almost 2 years now, but I've been involved in city government for like the last 20 years. I was on the city council before I became mayor, following Mayor King, and I was a city council member for about 18 years. So I've been around a little while now.
Thank you for your service. That's an impressive track record. And as you've served this community, what do you enjoy most about your job?
You know, I think that my job is I'm a facilitator. It's all about what I can do, working with other people, other groups, the base, the county, whoever, to make this city better. And my job is to get roadblocks out of the way. I love to see things happen. We have a lot of really good things going on now. And so I'm just really, really honored to be a part of what's happening in our community now.
It is a great relationship, and we feel nothing but support and love from the local community, from the local businesses, from our elected officials. What makes that relationship so special between the base and the community?
Well, I call it the power triangle, and it's the base, the city, and the county. And economics is obviously the base is a huge driver in our community, but it's more about the people. I mean, you're in our churches, you're in our schools, you're our volunteers. So I think we do have the economic engine that drives everything, but we also have the personal relationships. I have friends that are just really good friends of mine that I met 20 years ago at this base. And everybody has their story and they do that. So I just think our job is to keep this relationship the world class that it is. I think it's known throughout the Air Force as being a great relationship, and it's my plan we keep it that way.
Absolutely. And you kind of hit on it there, Mayor, that one of our, we have a couple priorities here, or focus areas. It's connecting every airman to the mission. It's strengthening the social fabric of our community, both on base and off base. And it's working with you and other leaders to build a world-class, military-friendly community. So we appreciate the support that you give us to help do that, because it definitely is a strong relationship. It's a team effort. Where do you see that relationship going in the future?
Well, I think we work on the relationship every day. People will say, "Are you worried about BRAC? Are you worried about this?" And I say, if you're doing your job every day and you're working on it every day, you don't need to worry about BRAC. That's kind of out of our control. I just want to be sure that we are doing everything we can to promote the base, to promote what it means to this community, and to be the partners that we are. And I think the future, we just continue to do partnerships. We continue to look after each other. We've got the multi-sports complex we're working together on now, and I think there'll be more of those in the future. And my question is, we want to be sure that we're doing this for the next 30 years, the next 40 years, to keep the base safe for our community. So that's kind of what we do.
So in your years working with the base and with Team Seymour, what surprises you the most about the airmen here?
Well, nothing surprises me about the airmen here. We're what they say, we're fourth but first. We're first because the airmen here are the best, and I can say that with all my heart. They're asked to do more with less all the time. They're asked to be deployed all the time, and they do things that the average citizens don't even know and don't even understand. This is definitely a world-class base with world-class people, and I just tell you, I'm so proud of what Team Seymour does, and I advocate that all the time, because we have the best of the best here. And leadership can only do with what it has people to work with, right? And so
exactly right.
You have some awesome people, awesome young airmen here, and what I guess if something does amaze me or surprise me, is what we're asking these young people to do.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing.
So Mayor Allen, tell us a little bit about some of the initiatives that you're working on that affect the base, or that the base could partner with you.
Okay, several things going on actually that we have already been working on and continue to work on. One was the summer youth program, which y'all were very helpful. I think y'all employed 6 or 7 kids out here at the medical facility, and that was just quite the experience for those kids. I think your folks enjoyed it too, so it was really a win-win. So we hope to do that next summer and maybe even grow that, and maybe they can go to some other areas of the base.
Absolutely.
We're working a lot on mentoring for these young kids, and I know your folks have been very good about volunteering, and that's kind of a good thing, because they need to see that there is hope, there is a way out. The one thing I tell everybody is when you get out of high school, you got to either go on and get educated, where you have a career, or you've got to be able to have some type of job skill where you can look after your family. And when they see your folks and your folks talk to us in the community, it means a lot to these kids. So I just really appreciate what y'all do for mentoring. We have education we work on a lot. As you know, you're very involved with education. We're just trying to make it where all these schools are good for your kids and our kids, and so that's been a lot of conversation, and we appreciate the basis input on that. A couple other things that we work on more so for y'all, or advocating for y'all that y'all can't do. We have the North Carolina Military Affairs Commission, we have the local MAC, and we work a lot on things such as windmills. You know, windmills at the Dare bombing range would be a huge, huge problem. And so we advocate with your help and your knowledge on things like that, and airspace and protection of airspace, zoning around the base. So those are things we hit a lot and work a lot on. The other thing I do just want to mention that we're working on now, and this would be important to anybody who's a maintainer out there in the sunshades, is we're trying very much to get power to those sunshades. I know the base sort of hit a roadblock on that, and so now we're trying at the state level and the local level to see if we can work with Duke to get power, and my hope is in the next year or so we have power to those sunshades. And if I were out there working, it would matter to me, so I certainly hope it matters to y'all.
Well, thank you, Mayor. We appreciate your support. And as you said earlier, 80% of our airmen live downtown. So your community is our community, and we want to be part of the solutions, and we appreciate the great support that you give us every day.
Well, we'll just continue to be part of Team Seymour, and Team Seymour will be a part of Goldsboro and Wayne County, and we'll make it stay world class.
Well, thank you, Mayor. That sentiment is exactly why Seymour Johnson, Goldsboro, but in Wayne County, you have a reputation for having one of the strongest, if not the strongest, of relationship between the base and the community. So thank you for that. Is there any other comments you'd like to add before we leave today?
Once again, thank you for letting me do this. It's my honor to do this. I enjoy stuff like this, and I just want all the airmen to know that we have a lot of things to do here in Goldsboro. So don't tell me that you don't have stuff to do. Come see me. We'll figure out stuff to do, but there are a lot to do. We want to encourage you to be a part of our community, to get off base and see what's out there. And if there's any way we can help you anytime, just please let me know. I'm glad to do it.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Team Seymour. And remember, always lead with courage.